Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today. Chapter 41. Awake to Enlightenment, Asleep to Enlightenment. Time flowed like water. In the blink of an eye, another year had passed. Lin Yuan's life had hardly changed. He was either comprehending the wisdom left by the previous heavenly masters within the true martial Daozong, or he was climbing to the top of Dragon Tiger Mountain to watch the sea of clouds. Apart from occasionally communicating with Qingping, he hardly spoke a word. When Master Congqing learned that Qingping had stepped into the upper third realm thanks to Lin Yuan's guidance, he wanted to converse with Lin Yuan, but was quickly preoccupied by the disturbances of the outside world. The Myriad Demon sect was ready for a decisive battle. The sect leader of Wan Mo Men, accompanied by 9 vice sect leaders, 43 protectors, 126 helmsmen, and thousands from the demon crowd, marched imposingly, intending to ascend Dragon Tiger Mountain. Dragon Tiger Mountain is the ancestral land of the Tao, and the Celestial Master Mansion is the foremost authority in the world. The unbeatable heavenly masters of past generations all emerged from here. If they could flatten Dragon Tiger Mountain and destroy the Celestial Master Mansion, who else in the world could stop the Myriad Demon sect? True Martial Hall. The atmosphere was heavy. Under Master Congqing's lead, numerous experts of the Celestial Phenomena Realm gathered. These Celestial Phenomena Realm masters, mostly from other powers across the land, had come in response to the summoning of the Celestial Master Mansion. They all understood the principle of interdependence. If the Celestial Master Mansion really fell to the Myriad Demon sect, then the next ones to be eradicated would be the other righteous forces. In peaceful times, the forces of righteousness had slain countless demons. Should the Myriad Demon sect gain the upper hand, their fate would not be much better than that of the Celestial Master Mansion. The 9 vice sect leaders of the Myriad Demon sect are all at the Celestial Phenomena Realm, and the 43 protectors are even at the upper third realm. They won't be easy to deal with. A Celestial Phenomena Realm expert of middle-aged lady's appearance spoke slowly. Other Celestial Phenomena Realm powerhouses present nodded slightly at her words. Together, these Celestial Phenomena Realm experts numbered 11, surpassing the Myriad Demons sect by 2. But the demonic sect's Celestial Phenomena Realm fighters were not easy to tackle, as demonic arts naturally excelled in slaughter. Even if 2 righteous Celestial Phenomena Realm experts teamed up against a demonic Tao Celestial Phenomena Realm fighter, they might still be traded for 1 life in a desperate struggle. None of these matter. At this moment Master Congqing, the leader of the Celestial Master Mansion, spoke. In terms of combat power, the Celestial Master Mansion's Celestial Phenomena Realm Masters who followed the path of Taiyin Pole Extreme or Taiyang Pole Extreme were clearly stronger than their demonic sect counterparts. This had been verified through numerous past encounters. Master Congqing had taken action thrice, easily repelling several vice sect leaders of the Myriad Demon sect. Even Wan Mo Men's sect leader chose to retreat when facing Master Congqing. However, under such circumstances, the Myriad Demon sect still dared to initiate a decisive battle, aiming to strike at Dragon Tiger Mountain. This gave Master Congqing an ominous premonition. 2 possibilities. One was that Wan Mo Men had gone mad and decided to battle to the death. The second was that Wan Mo Men had enough confidence, believing they could level Dragon Tiger Mountain. Master Congqing thought the former unlikely, as he knew from numerous encounters that the sect leader of Wan Mo Men was very composed and would not engage in sure-lost battles. This was also why the sect leader of Wan Mo Men did not even engage with Master Congqing and chose to withdraw. To outsiders, it may seem like Wan Mo Men's leader was afraid, But Master Tsongqing did not think so. The retreat of Wan Mo Men's leader was simply an unwillingness to waste time. One day, Qingping rushed to the top of Dragon Tiger Mountain in a fluster. "Brother Shanfeng, something terrible has happened. Uncle Chongqing, Qingping's face was ashen, as he cautiously looked at Lin Yuan. "Uncle Chongqing, what happened to Uncle Chongqing?" Lin Yuan opened his eyes and turned his head towards Qingping. "Chongqing was ambushed while chasing a demon, and by the time we got there, he had already suffered severe injuries and was unconscious. The leader and the others have seen him. They say the demonic qi has entered his lungs, and it's very difficult for him to regain consciousness." Qingping explained the situation all in one breath. "Take me to see him," Lin Yuan said directly. No matter what, if it were not for Chongqing, he wouldn't be alive today. Although for Lin Yuan, death was not an end. It was merely a waste of a chance to traverse again. Inside the Tao Institute, Lin Yuan looked at the unconscious Chongqing. Qingping stood beside him, his face showing a hint of grief. Chongqing was well liked within the Celestial Master Mansion, and Qingping had received countless assists from him. In Qingping's heart, Chongqing was more like an elder, not just an uncle master. "It's nothing serious." After a thorough inspection, Lin Yuan concluded. Chongqing had fought with a demon, who had infused him with demonic qi. This caused him to fall into a coma, unable to awaken. Such an infusion was difficult for outsiders to interfere with, even those at the Celestial Phenomenon Realm Peak could do little. But for Lin Yuan, who was about to break through to the Celestial Phenomena Realm using the power of Tai Yin and Tai Yang as the foundation, solving this issue of demonic qi infusion was merely a trivial effort. "Take good care of Uncle Chongqing. I will come back to save him in some time," Lin Yuan instructed Qingping. Now, Lin Yuan was only a step away from completely merging Tai Yin and Tai Yang. With every moment of comprehension afforded by his against heaven's understanding, he was moving closer to the level of a heavenly master. "Okay." Qingping was momentarily stunned before responding. The matter of Chongqing's coma did not affect Lin Yuan. He remained immersed in enlightenment at all times. With the help of his against heaven's understanding, Lin Yuan was in enlightenment while awake, and even as he slept. "Your understanding is against heaven, and your comprehension of the Tao of Yin and Yang deepens. Your understanding is against heaven, and your comprehension of the Tao of Yin and Yang deepens. Your understanding is against heaven, and your comprehension of the Tao of Yin and Yang deepens." Lin Yuan sat cross-legged on a massive rock, his mind devoid of distractions, continuing to ponder over the power of Yin and Yang. It had to be said, the power of Yin and Yang was definitely the highest level of force Lin Yuan had ever encountered. Mere comprehension of this power had already taken Lin Yuan nearly a decade, and that was with the help of his against heaven's understanding. Naturally, compared to other powerhouses of this world, even compared to past generations of heavenly masters, Lin Yuan's pace of comprehension and cultivation was simply unreasonable, indescribable even by any monstrous or perverted standard. Hundreds of miles away from Dragon Tiger Mountain, within a dimly lit grand hall, a tall man dressed in a black robe sat on the master's seat. This tall man had pitch-black eyes. A mere glance would cause ordinary people to spawn heart demons, and all sorts of desires to emerge. Sect leader. To combat the Celestial Master Mansion so soon, is it not? On the right below him, an old man with wrinkled skin tentatively asked. The foundations of the Celestial Master Mansion were unfathomable. After all, they had produced 36 invincible heavenly masters. Moreover, other righteous forces would not sit idly by, and would surely provide their full support. Although Myriad Demon's sect was powerful, it was not suitable to confront the Celestial Master Mansion head-on. A bunch of incompetence. If this sect leader did not have confidence, would I make such a decision? The Wan Mo Men's sect master snorted coldly from his seat. Instantly, the demon crowd below broke into a cold sweat. Even the 9 vice sect leaders, who had attained the Celestial Phenomena Realm, felt chills down their spines. Their own people knew well that, given their potential, there was no chance for them to step into the celestial phenomena realm. It was the Mo men's sect leader who, through some unknown means, had forcibly elevated them to this realm. Even though they had sacrificed a significant price, at least 20 to 30 years of their lifespan, the 9 vice sect leaders did not regret it at all. This was the celestial phenomena realm, a level many dreamed of reaching, and no one would dislike the sensation of standing at the pinnacle of the world. I know what you are worried about. The Mo men's sect leader slowly stood up from his seat. But I have already stepped half into the celestial phenomena realm. As long as the celestial master mansion does not produce a heavenly master, with my strength, I am more than capable of sweeping through them, said the sect leader of Myriad Demons sect, his eyes deep. Chapter 42. One step into the heavenly master. He had taken a half step beyond the celestial phenomena realm. The 9 vice sect leaders below were startled. It was true that transcending the limits of the celestial phenomena realm was not exclusive to the heavenly masters of the celestial master mansion. Besides the heavenly masters, there were still a very few other hereditary powers, capable of surpassing the celestial phenomena realm by a small or large half-step. But those who achieved this degree were incredibly rare. Had their sect leader also reached this level? If I could fully absorb the heritage of the primordial demon gate, it wouldn't just be a half-step. The Myriad Demons sect leader glanced at the multitude of subordinates below, his mind involuntarily recalling everything he had experienced in the heritage site of the primordial demon gate. It was a great opportunity that he had acquired after surviving countless brushes with death. Furthermore, he could only enter once. Now he could no longer do so, not even able to confirm the corresponding location range. As time went by, the ultimate confrontation between the Myriad Demons sect and the righteous factions such as the Celestial Master Mansion grew increasingly imminent. Half a year later, at the foot of Dragon Tiger Mountain, the Myriad Demons sect gathered several thousand demon crowd. The Celestial Master Mansion, not to be outdone, had all their celestial phenomena realm experts emerge. They formed a standoff against the Myriad Demons sect. Ha 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 ha. Master Tsong Ching, you wouldn't think that I retreated in the past because I was afraid of you, would you? The Myriad Demons sect leader was wantonly arrogant, with a terrifying aura of the demonic Tao sweeping across all directions. Opposite him, Master Tsong Ching remained calm, unaffected. Remnants of the primordial demon gate. Wasn't it enough that you were chased and killed by generations of heavenly masters from my celestial master mansion? Master Tsong Ching spoke indifferently. What of it? Your celestial master mansion hasn't produced a heavenly master in 500 years. In the end, this world will belong to my primordial demon gate. The Myriad Demons sect leader stopped pretending and let his aura become even more formidable. Upon hearing this, Master Tsong Ching sighed inwardly. If Lin Yuan hadn't taken the wrong path, it wasn't impossible for his celestial master mansion to produce another heavenly master. But in the current situation, it was of no use. Even a heavenly master needed time to grow. According to the cultivation speed of past generations heavenly masters of the celestial master mansion, it would take at least 50 years to become a heavenly master. When the heavenly masters of the celestial master mansion descended from Dragon Tiger Mountain, most were already in their 60s or 70s. Even if everything went smoothly for Lin Yuan without any detours, it would still take 50 years for him to become a heavenly master. Today you, Master Tsong Ching, will witness my true strength. Seeing that Master Tsong Ching didn't respond, the Myriad Demons sect leader laughed heartily and simply raised his right hand, lightly pressing down. Boom! A terrifying presence crushed down from all around. Seeing this, Master Tsong Ching did not hesitate to draw the sword at his side. Hum! An extremely sharp sword chi burst forth, directly piercing the surrounding demonic chi, while slashing toward the Myriad Demons sect leader. The Celestial Master's sword? Not bad. With your strength, by wielding the Celestial Master's sword and invoking the residual Heavenly Master's power within it, you could indeed unleash a power close to mine. The Myriad Demons sect leader offered his comment. As the current sect leader of the Celestial Master Mansion, Master Tsongqing was naturally cultivated as a celestial phenomena realm seed since his youth, and had entered the Sword Tomb, having been chosen by one of the Celestial Master's swords. The Celestial Master's sword, although far from being like the true martial sword that contains the substantial powers of the power of Tai Yin and the power of Tai Yang, was nurtured day and night by generations of heavenly masters, retaining some of the heavenly master's power. A celestial phenomena realm expert from the Celestial Master Mansion, following the same path and exerting full force, could completely activate the power deep within the Celestial Master Sword. What a pity! Even with the Celestial Master Sword, it's still an external object. Even if you can activate it, for how long can you maintain it? The Myriad Demons sect leader sneered. Even if every celestial phenomena realm individual in your Celestial Master Mansion held a Celestial Master Sword, and joined forces to besiege me, at most you could suppress me, until your power is exhausted. The Myriad Demons sect leader's gaze turned cold. In fact, the celestial phenomena realm of the Celestial Master Mansion couldn't truly besiege the Myriad Demons sect leader with Master Tsongqing, because they didn't have enough hands, which allowed the demonic sect's celestial phenomena realm experts to act without restraint. The sect leader of Myriad Demons sect took a step forward, a horrifying and frenzied demonic chi enveloping him. This isn't good. Master Tsongqing's complexion changed. At the peak of Dragon Tiger Mountain, the atmosphere here was the complete opposite of the heavy, ominous mood at the mountain's base. The morning sun rose, bringing with it a hint of warmth. Lin Yuan remained seated on the giant rock, indifferent to external matters. Shanfeng, Qingping had somehow made her way up without anyone noticing. The Celestial Master has instructed me to tell you, you must leave Dragon Tiger Mountain now through the secret passage. Qingping spoke rapidly. In the decisive battle against the Myriad Demons sect, Master Tsongqing was not fully confident. To ensure the survival of the Celestial Master Mansion's heritage, Lin Yuan, the disciple recognized by the true martial sword, must leave. This way, even in the most extreme case, the lineage of the Celestial Master Mansion would not be completely severed. As long as the true martial sword didn't fall into the hands of the Myriad Demons sect, the possibility of a new Celestial Master emerging in the future would remain. Even if it took hundreds or thousands of years, as long as a new Celestial Master emerged, he could still restore the heritage of the Celestial Master Mansion. Shanfeng? Seeing no response from Lin Yuan, Qingping called out a little louder. However, Lin Yuan, with his back to her, remained unresponsive as if he was lost in a trance with his eyes slightly closed. Shanfeng? Just as Qingping speculated whether Lin Yuan had fallen asleep and was about to go forward and nudge him, Lin Yuan, who had been sitting on the boulder, suddenly opened his eyes. Your insight is against the heavens, meditating day and night on the Tao. You've comprehended the fusion of power of Tai Yin and Tai Yang, and significantly refined it, surpassing the celestial phenomena realm. Lin Yuan's eyes were clear. So that's how it is. Lin Yuan stood up, rising from the giant rock. At this moment, in his field of vision, all things in heaven and earth were divided into yin and yang, the two colors, merging into black and white, turning into the fish of yin and yang, intertwining and fusing continuously. Shanfeng, you? Qingping's gaze turned blank, and for some reason, she felt that Shanfeng seemed different from before. Hold on a moment. Lin Yuan smiled faintly and reached out to grasp at the void. A sword, unnoticed until now, appeared out of thin air, suspended above Lin Yuan's palm. Lin Yuan gently caressed the sword, speaking softly, "You go ahead first." Whoosh! The sword soared into the sky, heading towards the foot of Dragon Tiger Mountain. At the foot of Dragon Tiger Mountain, Master Tsongqing was clashing with the sect leader of the Myriad Demons sect. Suddenly, the sect leader of the Myriad Demons sect seemed to sense something, his expression changing dramatically as he retreated explosively. Ancient sword descended from the sky, its point embedding in the exact spot where the sect leader of the Myriad Demons sect had just been standing. The ancient sword was only 3 feet long, but it contained a vast Tao, overshadowing the sky as if it were as majestic as Dragon Tiger Mountain itself. One could vaguely make out the words "True Martial" engraved on its scabbard. The true martial sword? The sect leader of the myriad demons' sect's expression grew serious as he looked up in the direction from which the ancient sword had come. That was from the peak of Dragon Tiger Mountain. At that moment, atop Dragon Tiger Mountain, Lin Yuan simply let out a long sigh, taking a light step forward. That one step traversed hundreds of yards, bringing him directly off Dragon Tiger Mountain. Above the peak of Dragon Tiger Mountain, clouds surged, all converging towards Lin Yuan's feet. Lin Yuan walked on the sea of clouds, step by step heading towards the base of the mountain. Qingping, stunned by the spectacle before her, seemed to recall something, her eyes reddening as she murmured softly, "Chongqing, wake up and see, Shanfeng has taken a step into the Celestial Master Realm." Chapter 43 Invincible. Atop Dragon Tiger Mountain, clouds rolled and surged like a vast sea in the sky. A figure in a Taoist robe, crowned with a lotus tiara, slowly descended, using heaven and earth as steps, with the sea of clouds as a ladder. This scene, seen by all, whether from the righteous or the demonic Tao, filled everyone with trembling reverence, as if beholding a deity. The Heavenly Master, our Celestial Master Mansion's Heavenly Master, an elderly Taoist from Celestial Master Mansion, with tears streaming down his face, said with trembling lips, "Apart from the invincible Heavenly Masters, who else possesses such capability? To tread upon the clouds, to descend through the skies? None of the strongest beings of this world, not even those in the celestial phenomena realm or those who surpass it by half a step, could achieve such a feat. Only a Heavenly Master who has mastered either Taiyin Pole Extreme or Taiyang Pole Extreme could have such means." The Heavenly Master? The Heavenly Master. The 183rd generation of disciples from Celestial Master Mansion greets the Heavenly Master. Greetings to the Heavenly Master. The numerous disciples of Celestial Master Mansion knelt with a thud, incessantly kowtowing. Disciples from other righteous forces also knelt down. The Heavenly Master of Celestial Master Mansion held special significance for Dragon Tiger Mountain and for all under heaven. When a Heavenly Master emerges, heads of all major righteous forces would personally come to pay their respects. The Heavenly Master. Pingyang Taoist gazed blankly, unlike the other disciples and the righteous forces. Insiders know their own affairs. Of this generation in Celestial Master Mansion, indeed there was a disciple recognized by the true martial sword. But that was not too long ago, not even 10 years have passed. Even with the potential to become a Heavenly Master, it would still take 40 to 50 years. Now, to become the Heavenly Master? The Heavenly Master. Master Chongqing, the mansion's sect leader, looked up towards the figure treading on the sea of clouds. As the distance closed, he saw the face more clearly. It was Zhang Shanfeng, the one he had abandoned. Could it be that I was mistaken, and that following both Taiyin Wuji Taiyang Wuji is also a path to reach the heavens, one also capable of entering the Heavenly Master's level? Master Chongqing's thoughts were in turmoil, and it took him several breaths to calm down. No wonder he was so beside himself. Others only saw that a Heavenly Master had emerged from Celestial Master Mansion. They could not imagine which path this Heavenly Master had taken, one that was unprecedented among all generations, combining Taiyin Pole Extreme and Taiyang Pole Extreme, a path deemed impossible. If Lin Yuan had not become the Heavenly Master, that would be one thing. But if he had achieved the position of Heavenly Master with both Taiyin Wuji and Taiyang Wuji, then he would be the strongest Heavenly Master in Celestial Master Mansion's 6,800-year history, even surpassing the first-generation Celestial Master who founded the mansion. The path that balances both Taiyin Pole Extreme and Taiyang Pole Extreme is known to everyone as powerful, and Master Chongqing was certainly aware of its strength. But knowing it is strong and achieving it are two different things. Everyone knows that mastering the great Tao of heaven and earth will turn them into divine beings. But how many can truly master it? The same goes for Taiyin Wuji and Taiyang Wuji. These two entirely opposite forces, if recklessly approached, could cause immediate bodily explosion. But now, Master Tsongqing's face showed disbelief, complexity, a bitter smile, excitement, and scare of a narrow escape. He nearly destroyed Lin Yuan, nearly destroyed the entire Celestial Master Mansion. If Lin Yuan had not held his convictions, not stubbornly followed both Tai Yin and Tai Yong, but had chosen one according to their requirements, he would have been just another ordinary heavenly master among the mansion's history, even possibly not achieving the heavenly master status until his 50s or 60s. By then, the entire Celestial Master Mansion could have been trampled by the myriad demons sect. Master Tsongqing took a deep breath. No matter what, after 500 years, another heavenly master had emerged from Celestial Master Mansion. And it was very likely that he was the strongest among all generations. As for the rest, what does it matter if Master Tsongqing couldn't recognize a treasure? Even if he had to die as an apology now, he would not hesitate in the slightest. Having seen the emergence of a heavenly master in Celestial Master Mansion before his death was enough. The heavenly master? Damn it! How could a heavenly master emerge at this time? Wan Mo Men's sect master felt a chill crawl over his scalp. In recent decades, while accruing power, he had also been covertly testing Celestial Master Mansion. Only after confirming that this generation of the mansion had not produced a heavenly master did he dare to gather the powers of the demonic Tao and plan for a decisive battle. When the demon crowd surrounded the mountain, Wan Mo Men's sect master was convinced that there was no heavenly master in Celestial Master Mansion. Otherwise, with the invincible power of the heavenly master, how could they have surrounded Dragon Tiger Mountain? But Wan Mo Men's sect master could never have anticipated that, at the last moment, a heavenly master would indeed emerge from Celestial Master Mansion. Given his insight, he could tell that this heavenly master had just broken through. Otherwise, even Master Tsongqing would not have shown such a look of surprise and shock. Clouds descended beneath the sea of clouds. Lin Yuan landed on the ground, his eyes tranquil as he looked towards the myriad demon sect's sect master. Whoosh! The true martial sword, stuck in the ground, lifted off again, revolving around Lin Yuan before finally coming to a halt beside him. Heavenly Master! A shiver ran through the heart of Wan Mo Men's sect master. Go! Without hesitation, Wan Mo Men's sect master retreated explosively. Although he still had many trump cards, even the strongest one brought from the heritage site of the primordial demon gate. If he used these trump cards, Master Tsongqing would have died long ago, and there wouldn't have been such a prolonged struggle. But Wan Mo Men's sect master knew that in front of a true heavenly master, those trump cards would merely prolong the inevitable. At best, they would change dying from one palm strike of the heavenly master to dying from 2 or 3. A few more breaths of life, but the outcome would remain unchanged. Therefore, Wan Mo Men's sect master naturally knew how to choose. In fact, upon the appearance of the true martial sword, Wan Mo Men's sect leader had already faintly guessed it was related to a heavenly master. But his unwillingness made him wait until he saw Lin Yuan in person and confirmed he was truly a heavenly master before deciding to retreat. Rustle! Wan Mo Men's sect master's figure suddenly exploded, transforming into 6 demonic shadows, fleeing in all directions. This was a life-saving secret technique of the demonic Tao, and with Wan Mo Men's sect master's power, suddenly using this technique, even a heavenly master might not be able to catch up. Besides, Lin Yuan had just achieved his breakthrough and was not highly proficient in the power of the heavenly master's level. Thinking of running away? Lin Yuan smiled faintly. Rise! With a mere thought from Lin Yuan, a vast circle with him at its center, spanning across hundreds and thousands of meters, formed. Within this circle, the powers of Tai Yin Pole Extreme and Tai Yong Pole Extreme permeated, turning into black and white, forming Yin Fish and Yang Fish, continuously merging, transforming, and colliding. Boom! Within the area, 5 out of the 6 demonic shadows silently shattered. Only the horrified myriad demons sect master remained. No! What kind of technique is this? You're not a heavenly master. Wan Mo Men's sect master struggled desperately, a glimmer of black demonic flame igniting between his brows, trying to resist something, but he disintegrated into dust within the waves of black and white. For decades, who had stirred countless upheavals in the world and led the demon sect in besieging Dragon Tiger Mountain, the myriad demons sect master, dead. The scene plunged into dead silence. On the side of Celestial Master Mansion, the powerhouses felt dizzy, as if they were in a dream. Although they had long guessed that the Heavenly Master would sweep through the myriad demons sect, seeing this scene unfold still stirred a whirlwind of emotions in their hearts. The myriad demons sect master, who had exerted immense pressure on them, seemed like an ant by the roadside in front of the Heavenly Master, easily crushed to death with a single step. Compared to the myriad thoughts on the side of the righteous, on the demonic sect side, emotions were simple and pure. Fear, dread, anxiety, and trembling engulfed the hearts of every demon leader. Run! Another Heavenly Master has emerged from the Celestial Master Mansion. What are you waiting for? The sect master is dead. Everyone run, or die just the same. The 9 Celestial Phenomena Realm Vice sect leaders, along with numerous protectors and helmsmen panic-stricken, fled far from Dragon Tiger Mountain. Slice! Lin Yuan's mind stirred slightly. The Taiji Yin-Yang diagram suddenly expanded, and he swiftly drew the true martial sword, making a light cut. Schlack! When the sword light first emerged, it was only 3 feet in size, but it grew larger and larger, heavier and sharper to the extreme. With just one sword strike, 7 of the 9 Vice sect leaders were cleaved in two, with hundreds in the demon crowd meeting their demise. Lin Yuan struck several more times. Thousands of demon corpses lay strewn. The ground almost dyed red with blood. Chapter 44. I just sleep for a while and you become a Heavenly Master? It's almost done. Lin Yuan sheathed the true martial sword. With those few strikes, at least 99% of the thousands of the demon crowd surrounding Dragon Tiger Mountain had died. Lin Yuan turned around and walked towards the Celestial Master Mansion's group. Mountains, Heavenly Master. The Pingyang Taoist and Taoist Songqing's hands trembled, their old tears flowing freely. This was the Heavenly Master, after all. For the first time in 500 years, the Celestial Master Mansion had finally seen the rise of a new Heavenly Master. We pay our respects to the Heavenly Master. We pay our respects to the Heavenly Master. The rest of the righteous faction's members also bowed in unison. At this moment, they all felt a tremor in their hearts, and a question arose within them. Was the Celestial Master Mansion's Heavenly Master really this powerful? Killing those in the Celestial Phenomena realm as if slaughtering chickens? The scenes of Lin Yuan's actions just now were witnessed by them, and the major forces had records of the previous generations of Heavenly Masters. In terms of power, the Heavenly Master indeed stood completely above those in the Celestial Phenomena realm, but their abilities and techniques shouldn't be this terrifying, right? All of you rise. Lin Yuan waved his hand. Yes. The crowd stood up, feeling somewhat relieved internally. It seemed that the disposition of this generation's Heavenly Master was quite good. But when everyone remembered the fate of the thousands of the demon crowd just now, and the scene nearby with bodies strewn everywhere, they immediately dismissed that thought. Quite good, my ass. Disciple. This disciple has sinned. Master Chongqing still knelt in his place. The others could stand, but he could not. It's fine. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. Master Chongqing had indeed given up on him, but at the time, Lin Yuan had also taken the path of the Supreme Yin and Supreme Yang, which indeed could be described as shocking and unorthodox. Had it been anyone else, their death would have been on their own head. But Lin Yuan had been acknowledged by the true martial sword, making him a seedling for the Heavenly Master. For the Celestial Master Mansion, he held great significance. Such a disciple taking what was perceived by the public as the wrong path. Master Chongqing's deep regret and distress were understandable. It was like those scientists from the Cosmic Human Alliance who studied battleships and mechas, suddenly focusing on literature and theology. The outsiders would be furious, let alone the teachers and schools who nurtured these great scientists. Afterward, after chatting with the other righteous forces for a few moments, Lin Yuan, along with the Celestial Master Mansion disciples, returned to Dragon Tiger Mountain. The powerful individuals from the righteous factions also tactfully took their leave. 500 years, and the Celestial Master Mansion has finally produced a new Heavenly Master. I almost thought the ancient records were wrong, that there was no such thing as Celestial Masters, that the Celestial Phenomena Realm was the apex and the idea of a Celestial Master transcending it was nothing but absurdity. The Heavenly Master. To witness the grandeur of a Heavenly Master in one's lifetime. TSK. Right. What was the name of that Heavenly Master again? Zhang Shanfeng. I heard a true person from the Celestial Master Mansion mention this name. Zhang Shanfeng, Heavenly Master Zhang. The strong individuals from the numerous righteous factions conversed among each other, and it was predictable that within a month, the news of a new Heavenly Master's emergence in the Celestial Master Mansion would spread across the world. At the waist of Dragon Tiger Mountain, Lin Yuan walked up the mountain path, step by step. Following behind him were Master Cangqing, Pingyang Taoist, and other disciples of the Celestial Master Mansion. Heavenly Master! Pingyang Taoist hesitated, wanting to speak but stopping himself. Lin Yuan had once told him that he intended to follow the path of the Supreme Yin and Supreme Yang, and even aimed to merge them to surpass the Celestial Phenomena Realm. At that time, Pingyang Taoist had thought Lin Yuan was crazy, as it was already extremely difficult to pursue the path of the Supreme Yin and Supreme Yang, let alone to merge them. But now, it seemed, Lin Yuan had obviously succeeded. Even outsiders could see that the power Lin Yuan displayed was different from that of previous Heavenly Masters. As someone from the Celestial Phenomena Realm within the Celestial Master Mansion, Pingyang Taoist naturally had his own feelings about this. That's why he harbored doubts in his heart. I know what you want to ask. Lin Yuan halted his steps, looking over the scenery below the mountain. I have indeed integrated Taiyang and Taiyin. After the fusion of Taiyin Pole Extreme and Taiyang Pole Extreme, I call it Taiji. Lin Yuan pondered for a moment, then slowly said. At the same time, the Taiji symbol formed by the intertwining of the Yin fish and Yang fish appeared in the palm of Lin Yuan's hand. The extreme of Taiyin is Taiyang. The extreme of Taiyang is Taiyin. Taiyang and Taiyin together compose Taiji. Taiji. Pingyang Taoist felt an indescribable shock in his heart. This was a realm that the 36 generations of Celestial Masters of the Celestial Master Mansion had not touched. Even the most powerful first-generation Celestial Master paled before the path of Taiji. The path of Taiji is not for those without great perseverance, great opportunity, or great enlightenment. I will imprint this path into my Celestial Master's saber. In the future, I will place this saber in the sword tomb. If a future disciple unconsciously conforms with the Tao of Taiji, the saber will fly out on its own. Lin Yuan continued to speak. The Tao of Taiji was something he had comprehended in this world, and thus he would return it to this world. The reason Lin Yuan did not directly record the path of Taiji in books for inheritance was that the dual cultivation of Taiyang and Taiyin was too perilous. Ordinary people who touched it would die. If the complete path of Taiji were made available for all to see, it was feared that the Celestial Master Mansion wouldn't last many years before self-destructing. Inside a Taoist temple on Dragon Tiger Mountain, Lin Yuan stood in front of a bed. Behind him, Master Cangqing, Pingyang, and others all stood respectfully. Lin Yuan looked towards the bed, where Taoist Cangqing lay in a coma. Taoist Cangqing had fought with a powerful practitioner of the demonic Tao and ultimately had been infused with demonic qi deep into his viscera. This caused his consciousness to sink into a coma, from which he could not awake. Such an injury was difficult to cure, and even practitioners in the Celestial Phenomena Realm could do nothing, only relying on the patient himself, hoping that one day, if the demonic qi in the viscera dissipated enough, he might wake up on his own. Of course, such injuries, for Lin Yuan at this time, naturally were not a concern. With the power of Taiji bringing balance between Yin and Yang, it only took a few breaths for him to completely expel the demonic qi from Taoist Cangqing's body. Half an hour later, Taoist Cangqing gradually regained consciousness. Shanfeng. Seeing Lin Yuan first, Taoist Cangqing became excited immediately. I found the trail of the Ain snake helmsman who acted against Zhang family fort back then, but when I tracked it down, I ended up ambushed. That Ain snake helmsman was well prepared, and with all my strength, I only managed to seriously injure him before being struck by others. Taoist Chongqing said this with a bewildered look in his eyes. He knew nothing of what happened after that. No matter. I will personally reclaim the vendetta for Zhang family fort. Lin Yuan smiled slightly. Shanfeng, those people from the demonic sect are extremely cunning. You must not personally undertake such risks. Upon hearing this, Taoist Chongqing's tone immediately became serious. He himself was a living example. He thought he was the hunter, but ended up falling into the Ain snake helmsman's trap. You! Taoist Chongqing was about to continue educating Lin Yuan a bit more. However, Taoist Pingyang, standing beside, found it a bit unbearable to watch. Chongqing, what are you saying? In front of you is Celestial Master Zhang. Mind your tone and words. Taoist Pingyang subtly hinted to Taoist Chongqing with a glance. Ah? Celestial Master Zhang? Shanfeng became Celestial Master Zhang? Taoist Chongqing's face filled with confusion, and it wasn't until he saw Master Chongqing and many other prominent individuals standing respectfully behind Lin Yuan that his mouth slowly fell open. I just fell asleep, and Shanfeng became the Celestial Master? Chapter 45. The Heavenly Master Descends the Mountain. Under Qingping's quiet explanation, and Master Chongqing's nod of affirmation, Chongqing finally believed that Lin Yuan had become a Celestial Master of the Celestial Master Mansion. To be precise, he was the 37th generation Celestial Master. The 36th generation Celestial Master dated back to 500 years ago. How unpredictable life is! Chongqing's expression was one of gratification, tinged with a hint of complexity. Before he fell unconscious, the Celestial Master Mansion, together with other righteous forces, had been collectively striving to curb the expansion of the demon crowd and other demonic Tao forces. The situation between the two sides wasn't exactly even, but the Celestial Master Mansion had not gained any advantage. But now, Lin Yuan, whom he had watched grow up, had become a Celestial Master, directly breaking through the myriad demons sect, with the blood of the demonic Tao's followers still warm at the foot of Dragon Tiger Mountain. Such a turn of events left Chongqing quite emotional. Next, Lin Yuan checked Chongqing's body several times over to ensure there was no residue of demonic qi. Before rising to take his leave, Chongqing walked to the entrance of the Taoist temple. Watching Lin Yuan's departing figure, his lips moved. Zhang, your son has become an invincible celestial master. True martial Daozong. Lin Yuan returned here once again. This place had always been where the celestial masters of the Celestial Master Mansion secluded themselves for cultivation. It only became a site for potential celestial masters and those of the celestial phenomena realm to seek enlightenment in the absence of a celestial master. Celestial Master. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. He carefully felt his own strength. After becoming a celestial master, Lin Yuan had first rushed to handle the myriad demon sect. Then he had rescued Chongqing, which meant it was only now that he had time to experience the power of a celestial master. Firstly, it was his lifespan. Based on the power of Taiyin Wuji Taiyang Wuji, after becoming a celestial master, Lin Yuan vaguely felt that his lifespan had skyrocketed to 500 years. You should know, the lifespan of previous celestial masters was only about 200 years. Lin Yuan's lifespan was more than double that of previous celestial masters. Combining both Taiyin and Taiyang indeed made him much stronger than celestial masters who focused solely on Taiyin or Taiyang. This was not only evident in combat power but also clearly reflected in lifespan. 500 years. Lin Yuan was profoundly stirred. You see, this was the basic lifespan. This meant that without any external aids, Lin Yuan could live for 500 years. If he were to return to the Cosmic Human Alliance, combined with various cutting-edge biotechnologies, Lin Yuan estimated he could live for over 2,000 years. The essence of a lifespan limit comes from the failure of various organs, but in the Cosmic Human Alliance, it was entirely possible to cultivate new organs to replace the decayed old ones. This was also why the first-layer evolvers could easily live for 400 to 500 years. Of course, replacing organs could only prolong life. With the passage of time, the soul's consciousness of living beings would gradually weaken, and then, no matter how many organs were replaced, it wouldn't be very helpful. However, the strength of the soul's consciousness depends on the strength of the realm. The stronger the being, the stronger its consciousness. My current strength, according to the rankings of the Human Alliance, would be roughly equivalent to the second-layer 9th stage. Lin Yuan thought to himself. In this world's cultivation system, the celestial phenomena realm roughly corresponded to the second-layer evolvers of the Human Alliance, specifically ranging from the second-layer 1st stage to the 2nd stage. As for a celestial master, it would be between second-layer 4th stage and 6th stage. Since Lin Yuan entered the rank of celestial master rooted in both Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang, his strength far surpassed that of previous celestial masters, thus positioning him at the second-layer 9th stage. Do not underestimate the gap of just a few stages. The Cosmic Human Alliance's ranking is extremely standard. Even a difference of one stage can mean nearly double the internal energy capacity. Still 61 years of residence time left. Lin Yuan glanced at the virtual text below his line of sight. Name: Zhang Shanfeng Lin Yuan. Identity: Holder of the Myriad Realms Gate. Bound talent: Against Heaven's Understanding. Current status: Consciousness Descent. Remaining residence time: 60 years and 11 months. This time traveling through Lin Yuan's residence time reached 80 years. Apart from the first 10 years and the more than 9 years of becoming a celestial master seed, a total of 19 years and 1 month had passed. There's still plenty of time. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. Compared to the 20 years of residence time during his first travel, this time the residence duration was considerably more generous. Perhaps, as my strength increases, the residence time for each travel will extend? Lin Yuan speculated in his heart. Having sensed his own condition, Lin Yuan's mind slightly stirred. The true martial sword hung in the air, stopping in front of Lin Yuan. Go back. Lin Yuan reached out to touch the sword's hilt, whispering softly. After stepping into the realm of Heavenly Master, the power of Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang within the true martial sword offered virtually no assistance to Lin Yuan. Thus, Lin Yuan planned to let it return to the sword tomb and continue its slumber. Go! Lin Yuan patted the sword's hilt, and the true martial sword, with a swoosh sound, turned into a sword light and went back into the sword tomb. Shortly after sending away the true martial sword, Master Tsang Qing respectfully walked in. Heavenly Master. Master Tsang Qing inquired, I wonder how the celestial master's sword should be crafted. What requirements do you have, Heavenly Master? In the Celestial Master Mansion, every generation's celestial master would possess their own celestial master sword. The celestial master sword is also a symbol of each generation's heavenly master. Even if a heavenly master passed away, the sword he left behind could still represent him. The journey to the sword tomb, which happens every 20 years at the Celestial Master Mansion, would occasionally see the sword of a past celestial master fly out. The disciple recognized by the celestial master sword would receive the full support of the Celestial Master Mansion's training. The celestial master's sword. Lin Yuan fell into brief contemplation. He had no special requirement for his own celestial master's sword, as long as it was of a normal sword shape. Do you need anything engraved on the hilt or the blade? Master Tsang Qing reminded. Typically, every generation's heavenly master would have their signature engraved on the celestial master's sword. This signature could be characters, a pattern, or even a painting. After all, the swordsmiths of the Celestial Master Mansion were highly skilled, so this was no issue. Engraved. Lin Yuan thought for a while and said, My name is Zhang Shanfeng, so let's engrave a mountain peak on the Celestial Master's sword. No problem. Master Tsang Qing agreed immediately. This wasn't a difficult task. Wait a moment. Lin Yuan suddenly remembered something. The name Zhang Shanfeng was given by his parents. They originally wanted him to protect the entire Zhang family fort like a mountain peak. Unfortunately, Lin Yuan's parents had already been dead for nearly 20 years. Add 2 more mountain peaks. Lin Yuan changed his mind. Engrave 3 mountain peaks on the Celestial Master's sword. 3 mountain peaks? Master Cangqing was slightly startled. 3 peaks. Several days later, the swordsmith of the Celestial Master Mansion delivered the newly crafted Celestial Master's sword. The reason for such speed was that every generation in the Celestial Master Mansion had their own swordsmith craft the embryo of the Celestial Master's sword in advance. As soon as a new Celestial Master was born, they could craft the complete Celestial Master's sword in the shortest time. Indeed, it's a fine sword. Lin Yuan nodded slightly, his gaze sweeping over the 3 mountain peaks engraved on the blade. Of course, the good sword Lin Yuan referred to was in comparison to ordinary swords. The most special aspect of the Celestial Master's sword was that it was imbued with the Heavenly Master's energy over a long period, which gave it a certain level of sentience. Even inside the Celestial Master's sword, there remained power left by a corresponding Heavenly Master, and future disciples could hope to draw out this power to fight their enemies. When Master Cangqing fought the Wanmo men's sect master, he had used the power of the Celestial Master within the sword. It's almost time to go down the mountain. Lin Yuan picked up his own Celestial Master sword, left the true martial Dao Zong, and descended Dragon Tiger Mountain. 20 years ago, the Zhang family fort was destroyed. Several years ago, Cangqing was possessed by demonic qi, and not long ago, the Myriad Demons sect besieged Dragon Tiger Mountain. New grudges and old hatreds could not be settled just by Lin Yuan killing the Wanmo men's sect master and several thousand members of the demon crowd. Chapter 46 Purge the Demons in the Year of Jiazi. How many demon chiefs are there in the world? If someone were to ask this question, they would certainly be mocked. Because the number of demon chiefs in the world is simply countless. Even if you counted every demon chief under the command of the Myriad Demons sect, the leading force of the demonic Tao, including those of 8th and 9th grade, the number would still fall short of 10,000. And what about the demon chiefs causing chaos in places all around the world? Aren't they more than 100,000, a million? Because becoming a demon chief is just too easy. And the benefits are too great. Ordinary people who want to step into the 9th grade and become cultivators, not to mention enduring training in the 3 nines of winter and the 3 10 days of summer heat, must devote countless efforts and time. And in the end, they may not even succeed. But if you simply cultivate a single demonic technique, and then consume the essence and blood of several dozen ordinary people, you can smoothly step into the 9th grade realm. Although it's true that demonic techniques are easy to begin but much more difficult to master into higher levels, or even to achieve the upper 3 grades, compared to righteous techniques, many people wouldn't even be able to reach the lower 3 grades without demonic techniques, let alone the upper 3 grades being an outlandish idea. Moreover, demon chiefs act unscrupulously, not bound by various rules, killing as easily as eating and drinking. And thus they are pursued and revered by many, especially in the last few decades, as the Myriad Demons sect has risen, occupying much of the righteous path's efforts. This has allowed the demon chiefs all around to run even more rampant. Previously, strong cultivators of the righteous path would often leave their cloisters to purge demons and protect the Tao. Now, these righteous path strong cultivators are all battling with the Myriad Demons sect. The demon chiefs that squat around have lost their shackles, their methods becoming even more vicious. However, now, the demon chiefs of the world have met their doomsday. Because Zhang, the heavenly master from Dragon Tiger Mountain, has descended to purge the demons. The headquarters of the Myriad Demons sect. After the battle at Dragon Tiger Mountain, the sect master of the Myriad Demons sect met his death. 8 of the 9 celestial phenomena realm vice sect leaders perished. The only one who escaped alive did so because he had tasks to perform at a distance from Dragon Tiger Mountain. And with his expertise in preserving his own life, he barely managed to escape. Even so, the vice sect leader was still terribly shaken. Although he was fully focused on escaping, a casual glimpse revealed the Myriad Demons sect turned into mountains of corpses and seas of blood, a sight so horrifying that it almost shattered the demon heart of such a demon chief. Vice sect leader, What do we do now? The sect leader is dead, and the other vice sect leaders are dead too. Do we stay here now? A demon chief who was left behind asked with a trembling voice. If we don't stay here, where can we flee to? This is the headquarters, full of complex mechanisms. Hiding here is the safest option. The vice sect leader composed himself and issued the order calmly. At the beginning of the rise of the Myriad Demon sect, they had already considered that if they were to lose the decisive battle against the righteous path, the headquarters would be their last refuge. The headquarters of the Myriad Demon sect, prepared by dozens of master mechanicists, would not be a place where a group at the celestial phenomena realm would dare to barge into without risking severe injury from the traps. It was precisely because of this, the vice sect leader finally chose to flee back to the headquarters. At the same time, he ordered the demon chiefs who stayed behind to activate all mechanisms. Suddenly, just at this moment, screams of agony could be heard from the outside. At the same time, a terrifying tremor was almost transmitted throughout the entire headquarters. No. Who are you? Why are you killing us? The desperate howls of demon chiefs within the headquarters came over, and in the blink of an eye silence fell. A figure dressed in a Taoist robe walked in step by step. It was Lin Yuan. Heavenly Master. The vice sect leader gave a wretched smile. He had anticipated that the headquarters mechanisms wouldn't stop the Heavenly Master from Dragon Tiger Mountain. But he didn't expect it to be so fast. The many mechanisms that the Myriad Demon sect once regarded as a means of retreat were unable to hold on for even a fraction of an incense stick's time in the hands of the Heavenly Master. Heavenly Master, if I choose to submit to you, to submit to the Celestial Master Mansion, can I still live? The vice sect leader didn't give up and asked softly. No matter what, he was a celestial phenomena realm figure, so surely he must be of some use, right? There's no need. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. He then turned and left. The vice sect leader who sat in the chief position suddenly had a red line appear at the center of his forehead. The demon chief beside him was no exception. His eyes quickly stiffened, and he collapsed. The Great Yu Dynasty. The capital. A man dressed in a blood-colored robe, full of terror, fled to the outer gates of the imperial palace. My name is Ouyang Yi, the direct disciple of the Myriad Demon sect master. I know the secret method to swiftly cultivate celestial phenomena realm powerhouses. The Myriad Demon sect's 9 celestial phenomena realms came into being through this method. The man in the blood-colored robe, Ouyang Yi, looked towards the imperial palace in front of him, activated his true chi, and projected his voice inside. The Great Yu Dynasty was the unifying and powerful dynasty of the world today, and also the only survival path for him, Ouyang Yi. I can reveal this method to the Great Yu Dynasty. My only request is that you protect me and stop that Zhang, the Heavenly Master. Ouyang Yi continued, his expression almost begging. He believed the method to swiftly cultivate celestial phenomena realm powerhouses was something the Great Yu Dynasty couldn't refuse, for these were celestial phenomena realm beings. No matter how great the cost, for a dynasty, it was an invaluable treasure. After a long wait, the massive gates of the imperial palace were pushed open. A hunched old man walked out. This hunched old man exuded a profound aura, evidently a celestial phenomena realm powerhouse. You may go. Zhang, the Heavenly Master, is unmatched in the world. Those he wishes to kill, the demons he wishes to purge, we cannot help with. The hunched old man shook his head slightly. Then, as if sensing something, he quickly turned and went back through the door. The next moment, the great doors of the imperial palace were shut tightly. Can't help. You'd forsake even the methods of cultivating warriors of the celestial phenomena realm? The man in the blood-colored robe, Ouyang Yi, fell silent. Could it be? There is really no one in the world who can save me? Ouyang Yi was utterly disheartened. Soon after, a streak of sword light flashed from behind. Ouyang Yi fell to the ground, lifeless. How sensible of him to fall. Lin Yuan looked up at the Great Yu Imperial Palace for a moment, then turned and left. The extreme northern ice field. In front of a palace built of crystalline ice. A figure clad in black robes knelt there. My primordial demon gate lineage once stood with yours from the northern plains, side by side, 6,000 years ago. I am willing to reveal many of the primordial demon gate's secrets, if only to survive. The figure in black robes spoke softly, knowing that the lord inside the ice palace of the northern plains could hear him. Under all the heavens, it was only this northern plains lord who could somewhat restrain that heavenly master Zhang. You want to live? Deep within the ice palace sat an imposing man with golden glinting eyes. His expression was grave, betraying no emotion. I, too, wish to live. The imposing man sighed. Northern Plains Lord, are you really just going to watch as my primordial demon gate lineage faces extinction once again? With no response coming, the figure in the black robe raised his head in despair. Meanwhile, the figure in the black robe collapsed with a thud. Lin Yuan's voice emerged beside him. Northern Plains Lord? Lin Yuan looked at the palace before him with slight surprise. From the records of the Celestial Master Mansion, he knew that the Northern Plains lineage had a history as ancient as the Celestial Masters. However, this lineage had always kept their distance from the Central Plains power, dwelling in the extreme northern ice field, hence the world knew very little about them. Heavenly Master Zhang, this demon has nothing to do with my Northern Plains. He came to us of his own accord. The imposing man in the depths of the ice palace immediately spoke up nervously, sensing Lin Yuan's gaze. I know. Lin Yuan nodded. He vanished without a sound. Only after Lin Yuan had completely left did the Northern Plains Lord heave a sigh of relief. The pressure this generation's heavenly master puts on me is too great, apparently much stronger than any of his predecessors? The imposing man thought to himself. The Northern Plains lineage understood the Celestial Masters better than other righteous forces. And for this reason, the pressure the imposing man felt from Lin Yuan was almost unbearable. In a desolate desert, dozens of figures frantically fled. Heavenly Master Zhang, although we brothers call ourselves demons, we have nothing to do with the Myriad Demons sect. When the Myriad Demons sect attacked Dragon Tiger Mountain, we brothers were not privy to it, nor did we take part. The leader, with a hoarse voice full of fear, looked back at the figure approaching step by step. All demons must be killed. Lin Yuan raised his right hand and gently pressed down. The dozens of people running ahead of him fell simultaneously. On a bustling street, a fortune-telling Taoist called out to passers-by. At that moment, a man with ordinary features approached. Tell me, how long can I live? The man with ordinary features had red-rimmed eyes, obviously in a state of extreme tension. Considering your young age, the fortune-telling Taoist took one look and his expression changed slightly. He quickly packed up his abacus and without a second thought, turned and left. Sir, are you that afraid of him? You didn't even dare to give him a reading? A child ran after the fleeing man. What do you know? The fortune-teller glared at him. The man from just now, his life won't last long. If we get too close, we might get involved. The fortune-telling Taoist spoke quickly. Ah? Get involved. The child blinked, knowing that his master was one of the strongest under the heavens, wondering how he could be afraid of getting involved. Because that man is a demon, the fortune-telling Taoist stated bluntly. A demon? Upon hearing this, the child shrunk his head back. Who didn't know, nowadays, that the demons of the world were facing a great calamity. The heavenly Master Zhang, who came down from Dragon Tiger Mountain, was hunting demons all over. Any demon would hardly escape death, and no one could stop it. Heavenly Master Zhang. The fortune-telling Taoist suddenly stopped. His heart began to tremble. For a young man wearing a Taoist robe came facing him, walking towards the spot where the man with ordinary features had been. Heavenly Master Zhang has arrived. The fortune-telling Taoist murmured to himself. Later generations recorded that the 37th generation Heavenly Master Zhang Shanfeng descended the mountain to purge a myriad of demons. In the 60 years that followed, the demonic Tao forces vanished into obscurity, and peace reigned in the world, with no one daring to call themselves a demon. This period was subsequently known as the Demon Purge Cycle. Chapter 47. 60 years later. Time moved languidly. In the blink of an eye, 60 years had passed. Deep in the endless desert of the extreme west, there sat an ancient and eerie mysterious ruin. This is the place. According to Master Zhang's description, this should be the location of the primitive Demon Gate ruins from years ago. Hurry and notify Master Zhang. Dozens of martial artists who had explored this far all felt a surge of excitement. The burly leader quickly gave the order and then stood guard in front of the ruins. It is said that this ruin shifts its location in concert with the Earth's ley lines, relocating periodically, which is why it remained undiscovered for such a long time. Added a slightly darker-skinned man next to the burly leader in a low voice. Half a day later, there appeared, in front of the ruins and of unknown arrival, a young man clad in a Taoist robe. Master Zhang, said the burly leader, immediately walking over and respectfully speaking. We have seen Master Zhang, continued the others, each performing the customary rites of respect. Everyone felt an immense pressure involuntarily surge within them upon facing this Taoist, who appeared utterly unremarkable. That was because this Master Zhang was undoubtedly the most lethal amongst all the heavenly masters of the Celestial Master Mansion throughout the generations. In the past, it was indeed customary for heavenly masters of the Celestial Master Mansion to descend the mountain and purge demons. However, at most they would carry out such purgings for a few years. Yet, this Master Zhang had been purging demons for a full 60 years. By this time, numerous once arrogant demons had now become but legends, with the most taboo words in the world being demonic Tao, all because of Master Zhang. Master Zhang alone had killed so many demons that no one dared call themselves a demon lord under his watch. Someone internally calculated that, during these 60 years, the demon lords who died at Master Zhang's hands numbered not in the millions, then certainly in the hundreds of thousands. This is the place. Lin Yuan carefully examined the ruins, confirming them to indeed be the site of the ancient primordial demon gate. The primordial demon gate, as a power capable of contending with the first-generation celestial master 6,800 years ago, could be described as the source of all demons under the heaven. For Lin Yuan to truly eradicate all the demons in the world, he definitely couldn't bypass this ruin. However, the location of the primitive demon gate ruins wasn't fixed, it was constantly changing. Therefore, directly under the authority of the celestial master, Lin Yuan mobilized martial artists from across the world and finally pinpointed the ruins' location today. I'm going in now. You all leave quickly? Lin Yuan glanced at the burly leader and the others, then spoke. Yes, quickly responded the burly leader. Master Zhang, this place is very dangerous, you must be careful. The burly man hesitated for a moment before speaking. He greatly admired Master Zhang. During Lin Yuan's 60 years of demon purging, although the world could not be considered entirely without strife, it had certainly become much more peaceful. The burly leader's grandfather often told him how 60 years ago, demons were rampant, frequently capturing humans to feed on their blood for demonic cultivation. I am aware, nodded Lin Yuan and then proceeded straight into the ruins. Outside the ruins, the crowd quickly started discussing. That is Master Zhang? He looks very young. Young? 60 years ago, Master Zhang was already 20 years old. Now he must be 80. Heavenly masters are not like us mortals can imagine. I heard that all the past heavenly masters lived over 200 years. The crowd whispered among themselves, for these years had seen Master Zhang becoming nearly mythical. Compared to other heavenly masters of previous generations, Master Zhang had purged demons for the longest time, hence his fame was even deeper, so much so that even the Emperor of Great Yu had to show respect to Master Zhang. In these years, what was it that allowed Master Zhang, under the title of Heavenly Master, to command the heroes of the world? Was it because they were simply obedient? It was nothing other than unbeatable strength. Although Master Zhang always only slew demon lords, how these demon lords were defined depended solely on Master Zhang himself. Even if you practiced righteous arts and never harmed a soul, if Master Zhang deemed you a demon lord, then you were a demon lord, and thus could be killed. All right, let's leave. Since Master Zhang has asked us to leave, he surely has his reasons. Even though the primordial demon gate has fallen, its ruins should not be underestimated. Master Zhang might not fear it, but we are not Master Zhang, sternly said the burly leader. The others, hearing this, immediately shuddered. They quickly followed the burly leader, leaving the area. Inside the primitive demon gate ruins, Lin Yuan strolled leisurely. An invisible Taiji energy field, centered around him, covered an area of 100 meters. Within the 100 meters, everything was as clear as viewing the lines on one's palm. 60 years ago, upon becoming a heavenly master, Lin Yuan was already unmatched under the heavens, surpassing all previous heavenly masters. Now, after another 60 years, even Lin Yuan himself was somewhat unsure of the level he had reached. Throughout these 60 years, although Lin Yuan had been purging demons, with his against heaven's understanding, whether in seclusion or in demon purging, he was always mindful of enlightenment, constantly cultivating. Before becoming a heavenly master, the reason Lin Yuan hid on Dragon Tiger Mountain was twofold. Firstly, his strength was not yet unrivaled under the heavens, presenting certain risks should he leave the mountain. Secondly, he had yet to fully comprehend the true martial Dao Zong of Dragon Tiger Mountain. After becoming a celestial master, even if he did not exorcise demons, Lin Yuan would not remain on Dragon Tiger Mountain. Instead, he would travel around the world, comprehending the universe. The interior of the ruins was dark and eerie, but Lin Yuan seemed unaffected as he walked directly to the deepest part of the ruins. Before long, Lin Yuan saw a huge altar. The altar was black and red in color, with faint traces of blood remaining on its surface. He. Just as Lin Yuan looked towards the altar, a deep and robust voice rang out. Countless blood auras surfaced on the altar, condensing into a blood-colored figure. So many years have passed, and the true martial lineage has finally given birth to another celestial master. The blood-colored figure gazed at Lin Yuan and lightly chuckled. Who are you? Lin Yuan asked. Who am I? You can call me the primeval demon spirit. The tone of the blood-colored figure heightened, slightly maniacal as he spoke. Primeval demon spirit? Lin Yuan pondered for a moment and asked, You are not from this realm? Back when he acquired the true martial sword, Lin Yuan had speculated that it originated from another world. Because the power of Tai Yin and Tai Yang within the true martial sword, even the current Lin Yuan could not harness it, let alone celestial masters from past generations. And the celestial master is the pinnacle of this world. If a celestial master could not do it, it meant no creature in this world could. Only so-called other worlds or perhaps even the upper realm might be possible. Now, encountering the primeval demon spirit in front of him, Lin Yuan was even more certain of his speculation. The way the primeval demon spirit had appeared already surpassed the mundane, and his tone suggested he might have existed as long as 6,800 years ago. Ha ha ha! This generation's celestial master is somewhat perceptive, recognizing the origins of this demonic spirit. After observing Lin Yuan, the blood-colored figure spoke. But since you've come here, the person chosen by this demonic spirit likely died by your hand. 100 years ago, the sect leader of Wan Mo Men accidentally entered the ruins. Under the covert guidance of the primeval demon spirit, he obtained part of the heritage of the primordial demon gate. With it, he stirred up blood and chaos in the world. It was not an isolated incident. Every few hundred years over the past 6,800 years, scenes of chaos initiated by the demonic Tao occurred, most of which were instigated by the primeval demon spirit. So, tell me, seeking this demonic spirit, what do you intend to do? The blood-colored figure stood in the center of the altar, asking with interest. He had been lonely for too long. The last time he saw a living person was 100 years ago. I plan on trying to destroy you. Lin Yuan did not disguise his intentions. He led the heroes of the world to search for the primitive demon gate ruins to put an end to the source of all demons once and for all. Without the primitive demon gate ruins, There might still be many demon lords in the next few hundred or few thousand years, but at least they could not cause a major disaster. Ha 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 ha. You want to destroy me? How arrogant! More than 20 celestial masters have found this place before you. That includes the first celestial master of this world. Why do you think I still exist now? The blood-colored figure paused briefly, then suddenly burst out laughing. Tai-yin, Tai-yang. Lin Yuan remained silent, but his mind stirred, invoking the powers of Tai-yin and Tai-yang from the environment, suppressing them towards the altar. Boom, boom, boom. The black and white turned into a yin-yang great grinding disc, which sought to crush the altar, causing the entire ruins to tremble faintly. Under the crush of the yin-yang great grinding disc, the blood-colored figure suddenly retreated a few steps, its vibrant red figure dimming slightly. Simultaneously controlling the power of Tai-yin and Tai-yang, just with these methods, you surpass all the celestial masters of the true martial lineage in this world, including the firstborn celestial master who received the true martial heritage. But with just these, you still cannot destroy me. The tone of the blood-colored figure returned to calm, as a large amount of blood aura emerged from the altar again, continually replenishing his energy. Condense. Lin Yuan cycled the Tai-yin and Tai-yang within him and extended his right hand, slowly pressing down. After 60 years of cultivation and enlightenment, Lin Yuan's understanding of Tai-yin and Tai-yang had far surpassed that of 60 years ago. The power of Tai-yin and Tai-yang he invoked was now vast and formidable. Boom, 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 boom. The yin-yang great grinding disc expanded tenfold, the power of Tai-yin and Tai-yang transforming endlessly, like an immense ocean rippling and undulating. Useless. I am indestructible. The expression of the primeval demon spirit slightly changed, but he still remained defiant. But just after a few breaths had passed. Stop, stop, stop. Let's talk properly. There's no need for violence. Chapter 48 Return. Born in this world, return to this world. Within the ruins of the primitive demon gate, the overwhelming power of Tai-yin and Tai-yang transformed into a vast ocean. Unmoved by the pleas for mercy from the primeval demon spirit, Lin Yuan was indifferent. Whoosh! A strand of yin-yang power transformed into a sharp sword, piercing through the blood-colored body of the primeval demon spirit. In an instant, the blood-colored body boiled and then rapidly recovered. However, this scene caused Lin Yuan to pause slightly, because your against heaven's understanding allows you to perceive a part of the primeval demon spirit's essence, acquiring the demonic skill, Great Desolation Rejuvenation skill. In an instant, all the details pertaining to the Great Desolation Rejuvenation skill flooded into his mind. This skill. Lin Yuan's eyes narrowed slightly. Although he had not cultivated it, Lin Yuan was certain that this skill was indeed a Heaven Master level skill, and even within the Celestial Master Mansion, there were not many skills of this level. Primeval Demon Spirit. Lin Yuan looked down at the blood-colored figure screaming pitifully on the altar. What is the primeval demon spirit? Protector? Clearly not. The primeval demon spirit cannot leave the altar, nor the ruins of the primordial demon gate. Obviously, it has no connection with the protectors. Lin Yuan believed that the primeval demon spirit was more like an inheritor of some sort, guarding the heritage of the once mighty primordial demon gate, ensuring that this lineage did not die out completely. The sect leader of the Myriad Demons sect 60 years ago had obtained part of the primordial demon gate's heritage from this very primeval demon spirit, thereby establishing the Myriad Demons sect and bringing chaos to the world. If it was an inheritor, then it surely had control over many of the primordial demon gate's heritages. Just now, when the primeval demon spirit had been pierced by the yin-yang power, it instinctively used the Great Desolation Rejuvenation skill to recover. As a result, falling into Lin Yuan's sight, he directly perceived and understood it with his against heaven's understanding. Over the past 60 years, while pursuing the evil heads across the world, Lin Yuan had indeed comprehended many demonic skills and secret techniques. But those demonic skills and secret techniques were not of high level, and Lin Yuan barely paid attention to them. only the primeval demon spirit before him. This was a demonic Tao heritage comparable to the lineage of the celestial master mansion. The many profound essences it commanded were indeed enough to catch Lin Yuan's eye. Take it slow. Lin Yuan had made up his mind. He had originally planned to finish the battle quickly and deal with the primeval demon spirit as soon as possible. But now, finding profit in the primeval demon spirit, Lin Yuan naturally would not let it go so easily. What followed? Lin Yuan deliberately held back, forcing the primeval demon spirit to use many of its inherited skills. Thus, your against heaven's understanding allows you to perceive a part of the primeval demon spirit's essence, acquiring the demonic skill. Your against heaven's understanding allows you to perceive a part of the primeval demon spirit's essence, acquiring the demonic skill. Your against heaven's understanding allows you to perceive a part of the primeval demon spirit's essence, acquiring the demonic skill. Several months later, the primeval demon spirit had basically been drained dry by Lin Yuan. All the demonic Tao heritages it possessed had fallen into the hands of Lin Yuan. Are you going to kill me or not? Give me a quick end. Atop the altar, the primeval demon spirit had completely given up hope. Though it was not a living being, it was intelligent and could not fathom why Lin Yuan, clearly powerful enough to kill it, had instead played around for several months. Could it be that the primeval demon spirit was fun to toy with? It wasn't right to bully like this. The primeval demon spirit probably never dreamt that all of its tricks would be covertly learnt by Lin Yuan. All right. Lin Yuan nodded. Upon confirming that no more could be extracted from the primeval demon spirit, he directly activated the Yin-Yang Great Grinding Disc, completely annihilating it. As he walked out from the primitive Demon Gate ruins, Lin Yuan looked back once more. This visit to the primordial Demon Gate had been like killing two birds with one stone for Lin Yuan. He not only truly eradicated the primordial Demon Gate, achieving what generations of heavenly masters had failed to do, but also conveniently acquired the complete heritage of the primordial Demon Gate. Although Lin Yuan was a heavenly master of the celestial master mansion, he held no aversion to the heritage and secret techniques of the demonic way. As long as it made him stronger, be it the righteous path or the demonic way, there was no difference. The Cosmic Human Alliance possessed evolution paths that were considered numerous, within which many were horrifying, with some even feeding on blood and souls. But not one of them was forbidden by the three goddesses. The essence of power has no right or wrong. It's the wielder of the power who can determine its morality. The demonic way. Lin Yuan appeared to be in deep thought. In the span of several months, he had essentially mastered the many heritages of the primordial Demon Gate. Against heaven's understanding depended on Lin Yuan's strength. Before he became a heavenly master, Lin Yuan had spent years, barely managing to grasp the insights contained within the true martial Daozong. After becoming a heavenly master and continuing his assiduous cultivation for 60 years, he faced the heritage of the primordial demonic gate, which was almost as profound as the true martial Daozong, and Lin Yuan needed only a few months. The way of heaven lessens the excessive to supplement the insufficient. The way of demons lessens the insufficient to supplement the excessive. Many heritages of the demonic Tao surged within Lin Yuan's heart. Dragon Tiger Mountain. Lin Yuan stood in front of the true martial hall. He looked up at the statue of the true martial great emperor. Heavenly Master. Qingping immediately came forward. 60 years had passed, and the former Master Congqing and Pingyang had both passed away. The current Celestial Master Mansion was essentially managed by Qingping and a few other celestial phenomena realm experts. Master! At this moment a figure walked in, and greeted Lin Yuan with the utmost respect. You've become a heavenly master? Very good, very good. Lin Yuan turned his head and glanced at the figure. This figure, named Yuan, was an orphan that Lin Yuan had picked up during his time vanquishing demons off the mountain 50 years ago. Noticing his unusual talent, Lin Yuan took him under his wing and carefully instructed him for several years. When Yuan turned 10, Lin Yuan took him to Dragon Tiger Mountain. With Yuan's talent, he would not have been approved by the true martial sword. But under Lin Yuan's command, the true martial sword had no choice but to recognize Yuan. Now, 40 years later, Yuan had not disappointed Lin Yuan and had officially become a heavenly master 2 years ago. Thus, the Celestial Master Mansion welcomed its most prosperous era, with 2 heavenly masters emerging in one era. If not for Master, Yuan would have died at the foot of the mountain long ago, Yuan said respectfully. His achievements, greatly attributed to those years of Lin Yuan's guidance, played a decisive role, even greater than the influence of the true martial sword. As his strength grew, Yuan felt even more the unfathomable depth of his master. As a child, when Yuan saw Lin Yuan, he just thought his master was very strong. Upon entering the upper third realm, seeing his master felt like facing the might of heaven. Now that he had become a heavenly master himself, Yuan realized that his master was as vast and boundless as heaven and earth. It was like standing 100 miles away from Dragon Tiger Mountain, feeling like the mountain doesn't seem very high, but as you step closer, it grows taller. When you're only 5 miles away, you find the mountain truly lofty, and when you arrive at its base, the mountain rises so high it obscures the sun and sky. Zhang Family Fort. The peach blossoms were in full bloom, filling the mountain with their dance. Nobody knew that over 80 years ago, this place had been annihilated by the demonic sect, with the loss of thousands of lives, their blood dyeing the earth red. The current Zhang family fort had become a mausoleum, burying all of the former Zhang family members. Due to that celestial master Zhang, the mausoleum was guarded by dedicated people who forbade outsiders from disturbing the peace of the deceased. Because of this, the mausoleum was usually undisturbed and exceptionally quiet. But today, in the Zhang family fort mausoleum in front of a tombstone stood a figure. This figure, dressed in a Taoist robe with a youthful appearance, was none other than Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan gazed at the tombstone in front of him, inscribed with the names Zhang Kuan, Su Yun. They were the parents of the body Lin Yuan occupied. The time has come. Lin Yuan's eyes were filled with a sense of loss, his 80-year tenure in this world nearing its end, with at most half an hour left before returning to the main world. Now that the Celestial Master Mansion had a new heavenly master, and with the Celestial Master Sword that carried Lin Yuan's Taiji Wei, left within the Sword Tomb on Dragon Tiger Mountain, at this moment, Lin Yuan could be considered without worries. Before leaving, Lin Yuan suddenly wanted to see the parents of this lifetime. Time slipped away. In the blink of an eye, half an hour had passed. In Lin Yuan's mind, the door to the myriad realms suddenly shone brightly. As his consciousness was about to return, Lin Yuan's thoughts moved ever so slightly. The yin-yang taiji power within his body clashed and scattered. Along with it, his physical body also began to dissipate inch by inch. A gentle breeze blew through, and Lin Yuan completely vanished from sight. Born to this world, he returned to this world. There was no longer a celestial master Zhang in the world. Chapter 49, 3 Goddesses. Kanglan Star, Shuiwei Residential Complex. Residence number 32. Inside a nutrition pod, Lin Yuan opened his eyes. Compared to the first traversal, this traversal lasted much longer. He had stayed in the Dragon Tiger world for a full 80 years. Consider that before the second traversal, including the first traversal, his life in the main world, and his life on Earth, all added together did not amount to 80 years. However, it was all worth it, because Lin Yuan had created the Tao of Taiji. You should know, at the level of a heavenly master, the heavenly masters who break through by following the paths of either Taiyin Pole Extreme or Taiyang Pole Extreme are not the same concept as those who break through by following the Tao of Taiji. Even without relying on either Taiyin Pole Extreme or Taiyang Pole Extreme, with Lin Yuan's against heaven's understanding, he could force open a new route and break through to the heavenly master realm. In the first 10 years of the Dragon Tiger world, that's what Lin Yuan did. But in the end, he found that both in terms of potential and combat power, they did not compare to Taiyin Pole Extreme and Taiyang Pole Extreme. And Taiyin Pole Extreme and Taiyang Pole Extreme in turn are far inferior to Taiji. The Tao of Taiji is, up to now, the path most suitable for Lin Yuan and also the most perfect and powerful path he could achieve. Perhaps in the many evolutionary paths of the Cosmic Human Alliance, there are paths stronger than the Tao of Taiji, but definitely none as suitable for Lin Yuan as the Tao of Taiji. How could the evolutionary paths initiated by others ever be as smooth as those one creates oneself? My current strength should be at the peak of the second layer 12 segments, infinitely approaching the third realm. Lin Yuan speculated in his heart. In the Dragon Tiger World's Demon Purge cycle, it only took Lin Yuan 40 years to advance from the second layer 9th segment to the 12th segment. The remaining 20 years, then, were spent exploring the subsequent third layer path. 40 years to advance 3 segments. Looking at Kanglin Star, this might be considered top tier. But if considered within the entire Cosmic Human Alliance, it could only be regarded as above average. But don't forget, every step Lin Yuan took was path creating. Creating a completely new evolutionary path from scratch. The difficulty was 1,000 times higher than for those evolvers who followed paths paved by pioneers. Gathering his thoughts slowly, Lin Yuan got up and left the nutrition pod. During the 80 years in the Dragon Tiger world, Lin Yuan was invincible, but there were still many secrets he hadn't unraveled. For instance, the true martial sword and the primeval demon spirit. Why had these items from the upper realms fallen into the lower realms? Could it be that the upper realm powerhouses were laying out some plans? But now that he had returned, none of this was relevant to Lin Yuan anymore. 2 hours. Lin Yuan glanced at the time. To confirm that from the moment he lay down for the traversal to the moment he got up, it took a total of 2 hours. To be precise, it took 2 hours and 3 minutes. It seems that the tiers in the Dragon Tiger world are indeed higher than in the martial world. Lin Yuan judged inwardly. In the martial world, 20 years passed and only 10 minutes had gone by in the main world. If extended to 80 years, that would be 40 minutes. In terms of the flow of time, the rate in the Dragon Tiger world is less than half that of the martial world. There are also the powers of Tai Yin and Tai Yang on Kanglin Star. Lin Yuan walked to the rooftop. It was currently night, and Lin Yuan could distinctly feel the forces of Tai Yin and Tai Yang disseminating throughout the heavens and the earth. Being nighttime, the power of Tai Yin was more pronounced than the power of Tai Yang. Absorbing it bit by bit is too slow. I still need to purchase corresponding spiritual objects. Lin Yuan sighed. He now had the realm, what he lacked was merely energy accumulation. And in the main world, what was least scarce was various forms of energy. If Lin Yuan had the means, he could completely go cultivate on the surface of a star. The power of Taiyang there condenses into a liquid. With a single breath, the Taiyang power Lin Yuan could absorb would probably match years of arduous cultivation. Of course, achieving this would require a substantial amount of money. And Lin Yuan, most of all, lacked money. With sufficient funds, Lin Yuan could not only purchase various spiritual objects. He could even buy many of the evolutionary paths of the Cosmic Human Alliance to simulate and perfect his own cultivation system. Continue uploading the Tao of Taiji. After pondering for a moment, Lin Yuan made up his mind. The Cosmic Human Alliance encouraged its citizens to develop new evolutionary paths, and the 3 goddesses even gave certain resource preferences to this. After the first traversal, Lin Yuan exchanged the martial path evolutionary path for 5,000 merit points. 1,000 of those merit points had elevated his citizen level to 2nd level, granting him many privileges and making him an undisputed privileged class on Kanglin Star. The Tao of Taiji, being a continuation of the martial Tao cultivation system created by Lin Yuan, if uploaded, would certainly prompt the Goddess of Wisdom to reevaluate and thereby earn more subsequent merit points. In the Cosmic Human Alliance, merit points are everything. The prerequisite for acquiring merit points is to contribute to humanity, and there are undoubtedly many other ways to do this. But for Lin Yuan, the quickest and simplest way was only one. That was to upload the Tao of Taiji. The 3 goddesses of the Cosmic Human Alliance are absolutely selfless, and there are no scenarios involving suppression or enslavement of citizens. As long as the Tao of Taiji uploaded by Lin Yuan was valuable enough, it would receive the protection of the three goddesses. As for whether other citizens could surpass Lin Yuan in cultivation after uploading the Tao of Taiji, even though the cultivation environment of the Cosmic Human Alliance far surpassed that of the Dragon Tiger world, it would still take others decades to reach the Heavenly Master level on the Martial Path evolutionary path. In a matter of decades, given Lin Yuan's shuttling frequency of once every 8 months, he would have already experienced dozens of shuttles. To the Heavenly Master of today, Lin Yuan of several decades later would hardly be considered anything less than an ant. Since he decided to upload the Tao of Taiji, Lin Yuan began to translate it into the language of the main world and made minor adjustments. Several days later, Lin Yuan organized his achievements in the Dragon Tiger world into 2 parts, the Celestial Phenomena chapter and the Yin-Yang chapter. The Yin-Yang chapter, indeed named by Lin Yuan for the Heavenly Master level, to master both Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang, to integrate Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang. After completing these tasks, he immediately connected his consciousness to the Goddess of Wisdom. If he were an ordinary citizen, even connecting to a trivial subentity of the Goddess of Wisdom would require patiently waiting for several minutes. But Lin Yuan was a second-level citizen who had made contributions to the Human Alliance. It only took a moment. The solemn and calm voice of the Goddess of Wisdom came through. Respected second-level citizen Lin Yuan, please state your request. I want to continue uploading on the Martial Path evolutionary path, Lin Yuan directly said. After notifying the Goddess of Wisdom, Lin Yuan uploaded the organized Celestial Phenomena chapter and Yin-Yang chapter. The moment the Goddess of Wisdom received the Celestial Phenomena chapter and Yin-Yang chapter, in a mysterious space countless light-years away from Kanglin's star, numerous large screens flashed rapidly, and massive computational power frenziedly assessed and deduced the value of the Celestial Phenomena chapter and Yin-Yang chapter. Detection of Celestial Phenomena chapter, involving dual properties of Yin and Yang. Detection of Yin-Yang chapter, involving the integration of dual properties of Yin and Yang. Extreme power integration. This evolutionary path's theoretical limit is determined as 6th rank. Discovery of potential up to the 6th rank evolutionary path, triggering the 9th charter, commencing contact with the Goddess of Justice. Commencing contact with the Goddess of Freedom. Upon confirmation by the 3 goddesses, this evolutionary path indeed has the potential to reach 6th rank. Relevant contingency plan generated. Beginning to contact the highest authority of this planet, Planetary Governor Song Wuyang. At the highest point of Kanglin's star, Governor Song Wuyang had ended his calls with other planetary officials. The planetary tournament is about to begin. I hope this tournament yields a few seeds with the potential of 3rd or 4th rank. Song Wuyang sighed. As the planetary governor, he too faced performance pressures. Every 10 years, the Goddess of Wisdom would review every action taken during his governance, no matter how trivial. Among the criteria were how many evolvers of different ranks were born on Kanglin's star during this period and the overall happiness index of all citizens, among others. The higher the Goddess of Wisdom's evaluation of him, the greater his rewards, most tangibly in the form of merit points. Of course, if the Goddess of Wisdom rated him too low, he would not only fail to earn any merit points but would also face impeachment, and in severe cases, he would lose his position as governor and be sent to the Supreme Court for trial. I wonder how the creator of that martial path evolutionary path is doing now? Thinking of the tournament, Song Wuyang naturally thought of Lin Yuan. After all, the martial arts evolution system had squeezed into the top 100 of Kanglin's star's evolution rankings as soon as it appeared. This was the first change in the rankings during Song Wuyang's term. The Goddess of Wisdom really protects these creators of evolutionary paths tightly. Even I, the governor, can't access their information. Song Wuyang clicked his tongue. Ordinary second-level citizens were open to his scrutiny as much as he pleased. After all, he was a 4th-level citizen. However, Lin Yuan was not only a second-level citizen but also a creator of an evolutionary path, making him a special person protected specifically by the Goddess of Wisdom. But Song Wuyang also understood such actions by the Goddess of Wisdom. In the history of the Cosmic Human Alliance, there had been many instances where promising talents were prematurely eliminated. These eliminations arose from various sources: rivals, competitors, or different species. Thus, the three goddesses decided that anyone identified as a genius of the human race would be protected with specific encrypted information. Outsiders couldn't access their information at all, naturally making it very difficult to carry out any eliminations. It's just that the martial arts evolution system, having a potential upper limit of third rank, wouldn't be valued so highly by the goddess if it wasn't so widely adopted. Song Wuyong shook his head slightly. Evaluating the value of a particular evolutionary path potential is one aspect, and its degree of adoption is another. Suddenly, just then, an electronic synthesized voice came. Governor Song Wuyong, the goddess of wisdom, requests a connection. The goddess of wisdom wants to speak with me? Song Wuyong was slightly startled. He had just been thinking about the goddess of wisdom when she sought him out. Connect her. Song Wuyong nodded. He straightened up his back a bit, wanting to appear more presentable to the goddess of wisdom. After all, although Song Wuyong couldn't see the goddess of wisdom, through various monitoring equipment, she could always keep track of all his movements. As Song Wuyong chose to connect with the goddess of wisdom, the goddess of wisdom has been connected. The goddess of freedom has been connected. The goddess of justice has been connected. In an instant, the three ultimate intelligent goddesses of the Cosmic Human Alliance all arrived. This made Song Wuyong, who had been pondering how to speak with the goddess of wisdom, feel his scalp tingle. Wasn't it the goddess of wisdom who wanted to talk to him? Why did all three goddesses show up? Good heavens! What on earth had happened to draw the attention of all three goddesses at once? Chapter 50. Star-destroying level. The Cosmic Human Alliance's three ultimate intelligent goddesses are known as the Goddess of Freedom, the Goddess of Justice, and the Goddess of Wisdom. These three goddesses govern different aspects. The Goddess of Freedom oversees aggression and expansion. The Goddess of Justice handles legal decisions. The Goddess of Wisdom is in charge of civilian life and logistics. The three goddesses each fulfill their roles, collectively supporting the dazzling brilliance of human civilization today. Normally, each goddess would only appear in their respective fields. Only when an event occurs that could impact the star domain, or even beyond, do the three goddesses communicate and make decisions together. Song Wuyong has seen the three goddesses. Song Wuyong speculated uneasily, speaking with a hint of respect. Although the three goddesses don't possess what are called emotions, and they don't treat citizens differently based on their attitude. But in front of these three, it's always safe to be a bit more respectful. Changes have been detected in the martial path evolutionary path. The goddess of wisdom said with a solemn and cool voice, being the first to speak. The martial path evolutionary path? Song Wuyong was stunned. He did know about the martial path evolutionary path. He even had a strong impression of this evolutionary path. But for the three goddesses to seek him out because of this? The martial path evolutionary path is special, but its theoretical limit was already set. Third rank. Was such a level of evolutionary path worthy of startling the three goddesses all at once? Could it be that the theoretical limit of the martial path evolutionary path had changed, rising by a rank? Song Wuyong thought to himself, silently speculating. The theoretical limits of evolutionary paths are deduced by the three goddesses using their tremendous computational power. Simply put, a second-layer evolutionary path, if its theoretical limit is third layer, then it means this path potentially could reach the third layer. Of course, this is only a possibility. Most evolutionary paths do not reach their theoretical limits. But it's undeniable that the theoretical limits derived by the three goddesses are somewhat linked to the potential of the evolutionary path. Moreover, the deductions of the goddesses are not entirely accurate. During the development of evolutionary paths, they can be influenced by various factors. For example, a first-rank path evolving towards second layer could, under certain special influences, see its potential greatly increase, raising its theoretical limit. Although these are low-probability events, Now that all three goddesses have approached him and mentioned changes in the determination of the martial path evolutionary path, Song Wuyong could only think in this direction. This is the latest determination result of the martial path evolutionary path. The somber voice of Goddess of Wisdom came again. At the same time, a virtual screen appeared in front of Song Wuyong. It displayed many characters, describing the martial canon. Song Wuyong immediately looked towards the theoretical limit section. 6th rank. Song Wuyong was stunned, almost thinking that he had read it wrong. He looked again. It was still 6th rank. Goddess, is this? Song Wuyong wanted to ask if the goddess had made a mistake, only to suddenly realize that it wasn't just the Goddess of Wisdom watching him. The other two goddesses were also present. He swiftly tucked away that comment in his mind. As ultimate intelligences of the cosmic human civilization, every action of the goddesses is computed millions of times over. They are definitely not mistaken, especially when it concerns the 6th rank. Moreover, it wasn't just the Goddess of Wisdom who had come today. All three goddesses were here, clearly after countless confirmations prior to their visit. How is this possible? Song Wuyong muttered to himself. The martial path evolutionary path, which had a theoretical limit of 3rd rank just 6 months ago, now suddenly had a theoretical limit of 6th rank. Skipping 3 ranks in one go, this was rarefied among dozens of star domains nearby. The Celestial Phenomena chapter and Yin and Yang chapter of the martial path evolutionary path involve the fusion and transformation of extreme forces. Continue to develop and explore, and there is a 100% chance of reaching the 3rd rank, a 60% chance of reaching the 4th rank, a 30% chance of reaching the 5th rank, and a 10% chance of reaching the 6th rank, the Goddess of Wisdom said. Extreme force fusion. Song Wuyong took a deep breath. Fusion of the same type of forces could already cause major issues. Not to mention the fusion of extreme forces, which had a high probability of causing a self-explosion. Suddenly, Song Wuyong's curiosity surged about what the founder of the martial path evolutionary path had gone through to delve into these realms. Unfortunately, Song Wuyong knew the only thing he could be now was curious about Lin Yuan. The evolution path that was established reached the theoretical 6th rank, and now that creator of martial Tao was probably the favored gem of the Goddess of Wisdom. It was likely that not even the Lords of the Stars had the authority to investigate this person, let alone himself. What can I do now? After a moment of silence, Song Wuyong spoke up. According to the judgment, the subsequent Celestial Phenomena chapter and Yin and Yang chapter of the martial canon are valued at 20,000 merit points and require authorization from official Song Wuyong, said the Goddess of Wisdom succinctly. 20,000 merit points. Song Wuyong felt somewhat bitter. He had battled various different species on the front lines, killing countless to barely elevate his citizen rank to 4th level. Then he was reassigned to the rear to serve as an official. Just the rewards he could earn as an official, even over 1,000 years, would not amount to 20,000 merit points. That was under the condition of receiving a superior evaluation from the Goddess of Wisdom every 10 years. But Song Wuyong also knew that an evolutionary path with a theoretical potential of 6th rank truly deserved that many merit points. Not to mention, just the fusion of 2 extreme forces had failed countless times, each failure resulting in tremendous losses. I agree, Song Wuyong nodded. In fact, it wouldn't matter if he disagreed. The 3 goddesses would authorize it step by step, and the result wouldn't change. Shuiwei Residential Complex. Underground Training Ground. Lin Yuan was sitting cross-legged, waiting patiently for a response from the Goddess of Wisdom. In his heart, Lin Yuan believed that the insights gathered from this journey through the Celestial Phenomena chapter and Yin and Yang chapter were more valuable than the Grandmaster chapter, Great Grandmaster chapter, Mythological chapter, and Carefree chapter. Even when Lin Yuan encountered bottlenecks while exploring the latter, he surpassed them in days or months at most. But the Yin and Yang chapter. Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today.